Hey everybody, it's Adrienne, and today I want to show you guys how to manipulate AI images with Cricut Design Space. So AI is the going trend right now, and as you can tell, sometimes these images don't come out just as perfect as they need to. So I want to show you guys how to take an AI image like this two-legged dog, for instance, and how to turn him into both a cut file and a print then cut file for Cricut Design Space. Let's get started. As you can see, we are in Cricut Design Space, and you want to start with a blank canvas. Over on the left side in the toolbar, you're going to want to click that upload button there. And once you click upload, you're going to upload your image. Grab the image from your desktop and then open, and then you're going to want to hit complex. I always use complex for this, and then continue. And once you get your image into the edit screen, you're going to see your image as a whole. And of course, the first thing that we want to do is remove this background area so we make him really clean for our cut. So go ahead and hit that remove background feature. This is a feature in Cricut Design Space. It is automatic if you have Cricut Access. So once you hit that, you're going to see the screen will turn, or the image will turn to that blue and white checkered in the back. And that just means that the background has been removed and those parts are transparent. Now, one thing about this is a lot of times you still have to do a little bit of manual cleanup. And so that's what we're going to walk through next. So after you get your background removed, I always like to go and zoom into the areas that I want to focus on, which you will see me do here in just a second. But that just gives you a closer view of what you are trying to work with in your image, and you can really tell if you are getting all of those spots. So now you will see that I have zoomed in, and you're going to notice that I'm going to take a lot of detail to the eyes and the ears for the cut file. So go ahead and hit that select tool, and then you just want to work through all the areas that you want cleaned up for your project, how you need it so that you get the cleanest cut. If you do something like that I just did, hit a wrong spot, go ahead and hit that back arrow and it will undo what you did. So nothing's gonna bother, it's not gonna hurt anything. So just go through and continue to clean up that image. You may need to play around with this just a little bit. Sometimes you may have to go in different places and click around and see what is removed and what does not remove. Sometimes you might get little specks that are removed, and sometimes you will get whole pieces. But you will be able to tell once you see that blue and white checkered image what has been removed and what has not been removed. And then you're going to want to hit that preview cut image. And what that is going to do is it's going to allow you to see where you might need a little bit more cleanup on your particular image. With this one here, we had a lot of extra cleanup around those eyes and on those ears. Now, if you wanted to leave the ears a solid color, you could leave that gray. But on the cut image, I liked the idea of taking the gray out. On the print and cut image, you will see that I am going to leave it just for a different effect. So I continue to go through, make these edits, click around in different spots. You'll see me use that preview cut image several times. That is just to help me to make sure that I've got my image cleaned up really well. Check out these little spots like this little hair up here just to make sure that it got cleaned up. Again, focusing on those ears and those eyes, and just continue to do that until you get your image the way that you like or the way that you prefer for your project based on how you're going to be using it. All right, so you'll always see me zooming in a lot, especially around those eye areas. Anywhere that has a lot of detail that you really need to get close to, you're going to want to use that zoom feature. So again, I will just say play around with this, use it a little bit, click around, see kind of what you like, use that preview cut image, and then after you get the design the way that you like it, you'll be able to cut your image. So now I want to remove this extra tail. You will see that this AI image created two tails for this dog, and really you could use either one of them. I prefer the one to his left, so that's the one that I'm going to keep, and I'm going to remove the one on his right. So I'm going to zoom back in, and what I want to do is grab my erase tool, and I will just erase the parts of the body or of the image that I would like to remove. I get as much as I can until it gets really close, and then I go down to this eraser size and minimize that. You can you can again play around with the size. You may need to make it smaller or larger depending on the object that you are working with, but you just want to go and clean up around there. Make sure that it looks really nice and smooth. A lot of times when using the eraser tool, I do tend to have to use that undo button a lot more just because it's kind of hard sometimes. It takes a little bit of time depending on how in detail your image is. But just to make this dog really cute, I want to try to get really smooth lines around his feet and his legs. And you can zoom out, make sure that it looks really good and clean. If you see something that needs to be fixed, go ahead and zoom back in until you get that dog again like you like him. So then you're going to hit apply and continue. And now your dog is ready to create your image. So here you're going to choose a cut image or a print and cut image. So your cut image is what we just worked on now. So I'm going to select cut image and I'm going to name it. I'm just calling it AI dog cut or SVG, whichever you prefer. But make sure you do select which one you want, give it a name. You can also put it in a collection or add tags and then hit continue. Now you're going to see here your dog is ready to go. Now we're ready to make our print then cut image. You're going to go through the same process to upload your image into Design Space. Go ahead and hit complex, continue. This one is going to go a lot quicker because it doesn't take quite as much detail. So go ahead and hit that remove background button, zoom in, and let's go ahead and erase that tail. Same concept as before, using that erase tool, changing the size to make it smaller so we can get those details in, and just cleaning up that dog to make him look really nice so that he prints for your project very well. Again, this is a much easier process because these are going to mainly be used for like stickers or decoupage or any other project that you would use a print then cut. So go ahead and apply and continue. Select that print then cut option, give it a name. I call it AI Dog PTC, so that way I know the difference when I go to select them. Hit upload, and now you have both of your images and you can select and add them to the canvas. And here is just a little side-by-side view so that you can see both your SVG and your print and cut image. Thank y'all for joining.